Hey everybody, this is just going to be an update video. I do have one felty to show, but other than that, it's all going to be needlepoint and cross stitch. So I guess I'll show you the felty thing first. This is the last one I did, so it's kind of like the Skeleanimals things, but it's just a little bit different, and I thought it came out really cute, so I'm getting better at hiding the knots and stuff too, so I thought it came out really nice. So yeah, that's just my felty one, and I guess I'll show you the needlepoint stuff first because it's a bit bigger. The first needlepoint I ever tried was this. It's the companion cube and it just says love you. I do have to straighten out this corner. I just put it into the frame so it wouldn't get messed up because I know if I left it around my art room something would happen to it. So yeah, I really like how it came out. All the stitches are really nice and uniform, and I'm just pleased in general about how it came out. It was really hard. I had never done needlepoint before, so for my first try this was something a little bit, it was somewhere in between difficult and not, I guess. I have seen a lot more things that are more difficult, like with a lot of shading and whatnot, so this was more simplistic, but it was still hard for me. My fingers aren't as strong as they used to be, so it kind of helped me buff up my fingers a little bit, I guess, because you have to push really hard, especially if you're doing the cross stitch. And then the second one I did was this for my kitchen. I know it's kind of messed up, but my husband and I have a very dark sense of humor, so I figured this would be kind of cute. And I have seen this phrase before done in needlepoint, but I had never seen it with like the little knifey things, and I actually just added these on a whim because it looked kind of plain to me and it didn't have a border, so I just put these in myself and they look like the steak knives that have like the little dots of metal on the handles. And then the last one I did was this, it's actually the pork chop from the first Castlevania game. For the NES, and I think this came out pretty good. You could see a little bit of the white through there, but I'm still working on how to do this fully, well. The back is an utter mess, but I really like how it came out. It's really messy on the back because everything is so close when you do needlepoint. Everything is like so close together, and it's really hard to not get your string all mashed up together. So I think it came out really good. I was thinking about like cutting it out and putting it on something else, maybe making it like a pin or something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this one yet. The next things are, I'm not sure what to call it. It's plastic canvas work, but it's not quite cross stitch. You can do cross stitch with it if you want, but all of the ones I did here are done in the half cross stitch, which is basically just a diagonal line instead of making an X, because I just like how it turns out better. I did these little pills. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I had something in mind, but now I can't remember what it was because it was a while ago. So I did these. This is what the back looks like. The back on these is honestly a lot neater than a lot of the other things I do. So I was happy with how neat the back came out. Next, I have a lot of like Nintendo related stuff. I guess I'll do this one because it's not Nintendo related. This is just a Kawaii Ice Cream, and I don't think it was no, this was actually a cross-stitch pattern that I found online. I just typed in like Kawaii cross-stitch and this came up, so I used this. I improvised a little bit, like there's supposed to be like a darker line that goes across and the mouth is supposed to be a little different, but mostly I got it down pretty good. I actually like how it came out a lot. I used a gradient string. I did this in white, but then right below it I used one of the variegated strings, and I just went back and forth with it so that way it got like this nice gradient effect as it went down. Also, the eyes were supposed to be like this chocolate brown, and so was the mouth, but I like them better black because it's like typical kawaii. See, the backs look pretty messy, so it's a good thing you mostly just see the front. I'll show you what I did with some of the other ones in a minute, but yeah, I really like how this one came out a lot, and I cut all around the outside, so that way there wasn't like big plastic chunks attached to it. I did these two Mario enemies. This one that's just like one of those the piranha plant ones that like fly out and then they like float back down. And then I did a bullet bill. So you can see how it's like kind of see-through, but then when you put something behind it, it's not as see-through anymore. But I really like how all these came out. This one's not quite as messed up. This one's a little bit more messy. That's just how it kind of goes, though. There's no real way to make it not horribly messy on the back. I wish there was. The only way I found was this one thing, and I'll show you. I did this poison mushroom, and this is before I figured I should just cut it down, so he had a bit around him, so I cut it evenly and then just did a background on it. I actually like how it came out. It's pretty cute. And this one's pretty neat on the back. It's not as bad. And then I did this poison mushroom, but then I cut around the outside. I didn't wrap the outside or anything, because it doesn't really look that bad when it's like this. And I put a pin back on it. And this is just held on with Aleene's glue, and it stayed really well. My book bag, I have like a little satchel bag, and it gets all kinds of abuse, and it hasn't fallen off yet, so it's really good on there. Yeah, I really like how this one came out. I did one that was a hair clip, but it was, well, it wasn't this. It was more like, it was more kawaii like this one. It was a kawaii apple, and I did it as a hair clip for my mother-in-law because she teaches little kids. She's a preschool teacher, so I thought it would be really cute. I gave her the option to do it like as a pin, a clip, or a magnet, and she chose hair clip, so she's gonna wear it in her hair to school. Next I have a bookmark, and it's poison mushroom, regular mushroom, and then 1-up. The pattern thing that I used to do this actually had the colors like flipped around, so that's how I did it. I don't think it looks bad, but now I'm kind of wishing I would have done the spots white and the in-between red like it's supposed to be, and the same thing for the green one. But I still like it, and this is what I did. See how the outside is wrapped like this? That's because I put felt on the back. I saw somebody do that. I can't remember if it was on Etsy or... yeah, I think it was on Etsy. I'll try to go through my history and find who I saw it from, because I'd like to give them credit for giving me the idea. But I was like, how do people cover up how messy the back is? And then I saw that person and they put felt, and I'm like, oh my god, I just got felt. I'm so happy. So I put some felt, and then all you do is cut it to size of whatever your thing is, and then press it against the back, and then just get a sharp needle and just go around the outside, so that way it gets this wrapped edge to it so you don't see the plastic, and then it attaches the felt to it and it gets all nice and smooth so you don't have to see all that junk. And I really like that one. And I did a few more things. I did the same thing with all of these. They're all companion cubes, and I really love how they came out. And all of them have the felt on the back. And I tried to match up the string the best I could with the, this is actually a really bright pink. It's not red, but it looks kind of red there. It's more like this pink. And I did a pink, a green, and a blue. The blue one I messed up a little on. You can see how there's like this intersection right there. That shouldn't be there. It should have a string on it, but I messed up. But the rest of them all have all the intersections covered up. But yeah, there's those. And then I did one that didn't have the corners snipped. You can see how these ones have the corners snipped off, but I did it like this, so that way I could bring it all the way out to the edge. And I put felt on this, but I made it into a pin. This would be a really big pin, but I have some other really big pins on my bag, so I was thinking about testing it out and see how well it holds up. Because I didn't glue this one, I actually sewed it. Before sewing it onto this, I just took the felt, put this against it, and sewed it onto it, and then sewed it onto the back of the companion cube. So I really like how it came out like that. And since the other one that's just glue held up so well, I think this one's going to hold up really well as well. as well. That's gonna hold up good. That's my point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little update thing. I'm sure that I'm going to be doing more of these because they're really fun to do. It's something nice to do with your hands that you don't have to, you know, think about too much. The only thing you might have to do is like look at a pattern every now and again. And it works really, really good with pixel art, so that's why I did a lot of Nintendo related stuff. I'm gonna probably do a little bit more of an advanced kind of stuff. My one friend had a really interesting request for me a while ago with polymer clay, but it didn't work out. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing for her, but with this like plastic canvas kind of stuff, and I even bought all the colors I need, so hopefully that turns out, and if it does, I'll show you guys what it looks like before I ship it to her, because it'll probably take me a while. So, thanks for watching, everyone, and I should be putting up some more stuff pretty soon. My next tutorial, I can't remember what it was going to be. It's either going to be some more of the nail art, because people were asking for that, and a few people asked me to do the duct tape cat that I did. Instead of felt, I used duct tape. So that might be one of the next ones. I'm still trying to work out how to make it not super long, because, yeah, I have a problem with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.